Ladies and gentlemen, it's a very special day because I'm pretty excited about this guest here of mine. Joining us today on the next episode of Exposing the Business is none other than the EVP of Hybrid Wrestling. He is one of the better commentators in the community these days, and he's also a URWC OG. He is Anthony Barrett.
Hey, hey.
Yeah, let's play some audio for you, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, come on, let's just clap here for a second. Let's just clap here for a second. If I'm gonna get it right, there you go. I'm gonna get it right. There you go. We finally managed to do it. We finally managed to do it, ladies and gentlemen, because I didn't really have time before, but right now we're gonna be ready to do so. I mean, it's gonna be one of the most difficult talks that I'm gonna do because we've talked about a lot during the Hyper podcast and in other different occasions, and there's not really much topics that we can talk about that we didn't really talk about before. So yeah, that's gonna be a little bit difficult.
Well, you never know.
Yeah, I mean, this community is pretty much fucked up so badly that a topic pops up every single day. But yeah, hopefully we're gonna find some good topics to talk about. Well, let's count things down. You've obviously commentated for multiple federations before. You've been a commentator, most known at URWC. Then you've turned into a. Didn't you commentate boxing shit too?
No, I actually
Oh, right.
didn't. I've commented
I mean,
a few. I've commented some hockey in the
I
past.
mean, I wanted to get you there, but yeah, I mean, you didn't agree. Let's be real about that. I mean, I wanted to get you to one of my federations that I did in Roboxing, but you didn't agree to do it. So yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah, I mean, whatever. I mean, it's a good thing. Yeah, it turned out to be a good thing because even though my federation has fallen apart, it didn't really cost me anything. So yeah, that's a really good thing. You're most known for being a pro wrestling commentator. Obviously, URWC is the
Correct.
most known. How long did you commentate there? Like 5 years?
Yes, no, I commentated, I believe, my whole time there. So let's see. I think I joined in about 2019.
Oh,
I could, yeah, I can kind of confirm that for you. Where is
I
it?
mean,
URWC.
by the way,
I joined.
when did it really end? I mean, I forgot the date.
When did it end?
I mean,
You see, 2021. It says I joined the Discord, but probably I joined around 2020.
okay, so yeah.
Okay, for the pandemic.
I mean,
But what you asked me when URWC ended?
URWC went on a long hiatus, so pretty much it died down.
Yeah, well, URWC is, for those you don't know, is going to be doing a game that you can host your own what do you call it, your own shows on there. You can host
Yeah.
games on there. He's been busy, and he's been very busy, and it's taking longer than he anticipated. But he hasn't given up on it yet. So, as far as us returning as an actual Fed URWC, I'm not too sure. It's not looking like it, but the main arena is listed as returning. So when you go on there, it'll tell you we're returning. So I don't know what that's supposed to really mean, what that entails, other than the game he's making. But we're not done. We're not done. As chief operations officer of URWC, I can tell you we're not done.
Well, yeah, I mean, hopefully it's gonna return because it was one of the most unusual federations that I've ever really been into, if I can be honest with you. Because, let's be real with ourselves. This is a federation that has a lot of technology that's really. Well, it had its cons. I mean, it had its cons, especially the amount of people that were attending. That's the first con that it had because not a lot of people really joined URWC, especially in the later years. But the second con was sometimes things just
Yeah.
didn't make really much sense. I mean that's just pretty much the creative side. But I mean it wasn't that bad, but it's just some things didn't really make sense. And so those were the two, in my opinion, personal opinion, main problems that URWC had. But yeah, I mean I'm pretty much a big fan of the game,
Well,
pretty
yeah,
much, and I really hope that it's gonna launch soon.
yeah. URWC's biggest problem, in my opinion, was more so we had a problem where Trip Holder, our owner, great guy, wonderful, wonderful owner, um, kept like segments going on for what felt like almost an hour. I kid you not. It was very, very long. We had guys getting thrown off of scaffolds in for one segment, three times. You had three people getting like you would sit there and have to watch over an hour of three different guys getting thrown through scaffolds by the bloodline. It was very entertaining, very epic, and the storylines were great. Jake Lesnar's a notable name we have here, who is essentially a Hall of Famer. There, if you would have watched him there, he's a totally different person.
Yeah.
Absolute legend. Yeah, but Trip Wilder, he's great. That was the main problem. I actually became a commentator by just I thought one day, why don't I try to just see if they'll let me in the VC? So I requested in hell, and just from there that he let me in, and hell, that's how it all happened because he just let me in the VC, and I basically kind of became like an honorary commentator until he gave me the role. And then I rolled with it. of
Well, yeah, I mean, it
course, I had
was
a
a,
game career.
it was for sure a federation that wasn't really, it wasn't the same as others in a good sense of the word, because it was
Yeah,
something different. It was something fresh, something that we didn't really see. Because let's talk about it. It had a good number of good technology, like high level technology that you didn't really see in other federations at the time. But there came a time where it just began to be, a little bit outdated, and it started to be like a little more of a closed circle of people, and pretty much the mainstream pretty much ignored URWC after some point of time.
yeah. Tech became we ended up things started to slow down. I think that happened a lot because Trick and a lot of people in the area were losing what do you call that? What do you call it? We were losing our momentum. We were losing our want to do our motivation. That's the thing. Our motivation because our viewership went down. It was a totally different time. Your WC is probably the only fit I've never heard to have any sort of pedo allegation or anything like. No, no,
That's
none
really
of those types of
noteworthy.
people.
That's really
Like,
noteworthy.
it's very noble, very, very good community. Very well, for the most part, a good community. Um, when I say that, if a big reason I don't even blame them for losing motivation, including myself. We went from having like the servers would lag immensely. It was so bad. We would get literally hundreds of people in one server. It was like loading into a jailbreak server back in its prime, or Meep City. We had that many people in one server per show in its prime when I first joined. It was a different time. And then we went down to people like having almost the amount that Hybrid does now, maybe a little more.
Yeah, I mean, it's a, well, still it was a good number because 20, 30 people per show is still a good number, but it's an outcry of the former numbers that URWC used to make. But yeah, I personally hope that it's gonna return, and I hope it's gonna have a good game that's polished, detailed, and it's gonna have lots of people having their own federations in it. Because let's be real, this could be a good business. From looking at the business perspective, this could be a very good opportunity to grow the community, But the thing is, how would it even operate? Like, would it be animations, or would it be having a different system? Like, for example, Wrestling 2X used to have. How do you think? Because obviously you've been in talks with Trip most of the time. Trip is the former of UWC, if you didn't know.
We would be
Yeah.
the owner, but yes.
Yes. Yes. How will the game look from your information that you got?
He hasn't given me like a obtuse amount of
Oh,
information.
okay.
I just know that it is meant to be a place where you can host your own shows.
Yeah,
And what
but
that means to me is that
mhm.
multiple people could use this game and host their shows, possibly even at the same time. I don't fully know. I'm going to be a tester. I don't know. I feel like he's already had the open testing at some point, but maybe not. I thought, as in like, for the people who became testers. If I haven't done it yet, that means I'm still gonna be a tester before it comes out. I wish I had more information on it. I just know that it's gonna be apparently it's gonna be big. It's gonna be a place where people could literally host their own feds.
Well,
You
it's good.
know,
It could be a good
they'll have
business as well.
all the essential controls. They'll have all the essentials that you need. Trip is a very very good individual at making sure everyone gets what they need.
Well, it could be a good business, because if you actually look at the business side of things, let's talk about it. If you're gonna promote this game, and if Trip really puts in the work to promote this game, it could become big. It could be like the second WWE use Edric's practice, where people actually host their shows in, people host their federations in. A lot of people are joining in every single day, like 100 players plus, in multiple different servers, role playing with each other. But yeah, it could be a good thing. It absolutely could be a good thing. But I think that personally, the trip could actually charge some Robux. Let's just say 10 Robux for a private server, so you can actually, host your federations there for Robux. I think 10 Robux a month for a private server where you can host your shows, and it isn't like a big price. It wouldn't be like a big price. I mean, let's be over ourselves, but he would earn a lot of money, a lot of money.
True.
Yeah, and also,
That is
if we want to stay at the topic there, I mean, Roblox Wrestling Media, owned by Ryan, and has announced that they're gonna be launching their own type of that game. I mean, 2K25 on Roblox. I mean, what is your thought about it? I mean, did you even hear about that?
Oh, you mean Supremo?
No, 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 no. I mean, Ryan, Roblox Wrestling Media. I mean, one of the bigger medias out
I
there in the
didn't
community right now.
I didn't hear about that, but I heard about Supremo making a hybrid
Oh
THQ game.
yeah, I mean
Joking.
that's a good topic to talk about later. But since we are staying on the topic, as far as we know, ladies and gentlemen, from Twitter, Roblox Wrestling Media has announced that alongside Allison, I think Allison is like, isn't he the owner of GAW? I mean, I think it's that person, but I won't be too sure. I'm not too sure. So, ladies and gentlemen, if don't quote me on that one. So it's apparent that they are doing a 2K25 type game on Roblox. But ladies and gentlemen, I don't really expect personally too much success because, as we know, WWE has tracked down Vision Incorporated's WWE game and managed to take it offline. So, as you know, Vision Incorporated has actually um, dodged a huge lawsuit from Take Two Interactive and from WWE. So, well, if it's gonna have a big popularity, I don't think it's gonna survive for much longer. I mean, even if it's gonna be a good game, I don't think it's gonna be too much time on Roblox because Take Two Interactive. I mean, hold on.
Right.
What was it? Hold on. I mean, I gotta get it. I gotta get it done because I'm not sure if it's Take Two or I think it's Take Two Interactive. I mean, hold on. Let me just get something here. 2K Games. Yes, Take Two. Yes, Take Two owns the 2K brand. So yeah, it's Take Two Interactive. So yeah, I mean, I was correct, but I wasn't really too sure. But I needed to check in. Because if I would say something stupid on my part, I mean, I don't really want that happening.
You're
Uh,
talking about like the big one, right? The one that like the old by R2 Interactive, right?
yeah, I mean,
R2.
it's a good topic to talk about. I mean, there's been a lot of shit going on over there.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Those games have probably gotten less popular just due to the fact that the Roblox copyright stuff, entrances, it's been harder to really, kind of, you need really Robux to even have an entrance and really play your character. It's not easy anymore. But yeah, no, I heard about all of that. Can't believe they took their time to sue a Roblox game. That's unfortunate.
Well, it is unfortunate because I mean, on the other side, let's talk about it for real. I mean, wouldn't you do the same thing? I mean, if they are taking the money that you can take, because for example, if you would really want that Roblox money out of those kids, you would make a game yourself. I mean, they have a
I
studio.
guess
They could even hire a studio from the outside to make a WWE game on Roblox,
it could.
and they would
That's the annoying
immediately be
part, though.
popular.
All of that makes sense, but like they're just telling, they just the basically forcing Roblox to no longer let people run around and play music in a block game of their choosing, and being worried about money being stolen is kind of dumb, considering the fact that they're not really making money. No one's making really any money off of that. But the WWE game sense, yes, that's different because they're using it for their game. When it's songs for like the jukeboxes, it's like tough because that should have never happened. But that's off topic because that's not wrestling. But I thought
Mm.
I would just make that point. It depends in what context we're talking about the suing and the removal of Roblox sound IDs. That's my opinion.
Okay, I mean, R2 Interactive obviously was one of the bigger better developers of wrestling
Yeah.
games in the community. Maybe besides the stupid chat bands guy that, I mean, it was a girl, I think, that she got banned because she was doing a WWE game. I mean, it had Ultimate Roleplay
Huh.
1, then Ultimate 2 came in, and then the WWE Roleplay, the final game,
Those
came in.
are those still around, or did they get
Yeah,
taken
I mean,
down? Because I used
they
to
are
play it.
still around.
Okay.
Less people actually play it, but it's still around. People are still playing it, somewhat.
This is confusing. It's like you'll have to remove some games, some other ones. R2 Interactive still has their AEW game, I believe.
Yeah,
That I
R2
played
Interactive
that in the
still
WWE.
has their AEW game. I mean, yeah.
I played both of them extensively. So yeah, it's weird that the AEW one is up still, but not the
Well, yeah, I
WWE.
mean, it's a bit weird, but we can actually justify it by way of, AEW uses this as a promotion, as additional promotion to their product, maybe. That could be a possibility. And it wouldn't be a stupid
Yeah.
thing on their part. I mean,
Um. Oh, sorry. Say it again.
this wouldn't be a stupid thing on their part if they would actually use that game
Yeah.
as a promotion block, yeah? So yeah, for their product. But yeah, I mean, how would you rate AEW right now? I mean, do you even watch AEW?
Not really. I don't like Tony Khan and the way he runs the company.
Oh man, I mean that's the deep part. I mean that's the deep part. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Well,
Yeah, he's not.
he's not pretty good. He's not good. He's not good at all. Let's be over ourselves. This is a guy that has $1 billion alongside his daddy. They have multiple millions of dollars, and he's basically crying every single week. I mean, oh,
Yeah.
come
Right,
on.
you're constantly high on cocaine. Well,
Uh,
on live television.
well, yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, that's a good thing.
Like his
I
break.
mean, that's not a good thing. That's not really a good thing to cry every
Yeah.
single week. Yeah. Oh,
He's annoying.
I mean,
Hmm?
I have a good news here. Bloxy News is reporting that Roblox is beginning to take further action against wrongfully categorizing the content maturity level of your experiences on the platform. Repeatedly answering the questions incorrectly can now impact the visibility of your game and possible suspension of your account. So basically, to put it in our plain language, if you're gonna lie about your game, you can't get banned. I mean, if you,
That's
yeah,
odd.
I mean,
Well, I understand if it's like a mature game and you rate it PG, but a PG rating it like mature, like what's the no harm, no foul there. It's a PG game just because you rate it mature. Who's gonna cry about it? It's fine. Like that part doesn't matter. I feel like that should be handled in a very specific way, because mature games being rated PG is one thing because that's gonna actually cause problems. A PG game that has no problems being, rated mature isn't gonna be a problem unless it's a game that's already well known and out there, and they suddenly rate it to mature. Then that's gonna cause problems and people are gonna be mad. But depends how they go about this. But that's my opinion.
well, hopefully it's going to be fine, and hopefully Roblox will
Yeah.
not turn this into another stupid thing that they do. And I mean, let's be real with ourselves. Uh, it's a stupid thing. It's a stupid thing, but
Yeah.
hey, it's their thing. Obviously, it's their thing. But
Yeah.
let's talk about a different a different federation. Let's talk about hybrid for a moment. Since this is a
Huh?
hybrid channel, this is related to hybrid wrestling. Let's talk about hybrid wrestling for a second. I've said hybrid so many times. But yeah,
I,
you are in the company since pretty much the very start.
of course. Since it was
So
TNA. Yep.
yeah, since it was TNA, you were commentating it pretty much until recently. Well, you're still commentating it, but not as often.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, not as often as it used to be. Uh, but yeah, I
well,
want.
yeah, full time, full time.
Yeah,
I
you're.
just was taking this. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you've taken a break. I mean, obviously, well, everyone needs to take a break. I mean, I've taken a break, as well, while
Yeah.
being the president. But yeah, I mean, we have a good thing to we have a good people to actually run the house. I mean, except for Raymond, because Raymond has actually retired yesterday. So yeah, that son of a bitch needs to get a fucking paycheck flushed down the toilet. But yeah, I want to talk to you about one thing. I want to get something off of you. I mean, I want to get something from you. What was your first reaction when I asked you to join TNA before it became hybrid? But be real. This
Well,
is obviously exposing the
okay,
business.
so right. I want to set one thing clear. I actually asked you because I saw that you were running. I saw you were running I saw you were making TNA. I was like, but it was before. I was thinking there. I was like, man, I really screwed up because I used to be in NXT ENG with you, and I was like, man, I really screwed up there, and I feel like he was really unhappy with the way that and I must have been really lazy. I don't know if he'd actually let me, and I asked you because I didn't really have any other fed to turn to at this point. I was like, where else would I commentate? And I asked you and you said yeah, sure, and boom, that was from there. I entered TNA. I mean, it was a bit rickety at the start, you know.
Yeah,
TNA was having a lot of tech issues, and then we made it into hybrid, and the rest is history. You know?
yeah. The rest is history pretty much because people remember stuff even if it's bad, but they still remember some
Yeah,
things. But yeah, I mean, I think hybrid still has its prime period ahead of it. But I mean, we
yeah.
both gotta be real. I mean, sometimes recently we've seen a really bad attendance drop from 30 plus things to 20 plus. So yeah, I mean, isn't that is it alarming for you, or is it like a normal period in Roblox federations? Your opinion.
What for our review?
Well, basically, I'm asking you this because right now, as you know, we've dropped pretty much from 30 plus per show to 20 people per show. Do you think that it's a downfall? Do you think it's just a normal period in every single federation?
Well, let's put it this way. Look at URWC. That was a downfall. We went from hundreds of players, went on a hiatus, and unfortunately, the impact was great because a lot of those people were just a bunch of random viewers who didn't stick around. But we were able to keep it consistent because tons of people joined it, and it was just how it was. It was just a really popular, and with so many people in the server, it attracted more players. They're like, oh, hey, wow, this is a big audience and a big player count. And of course, that dipped down. That was a fall off because there was no longer like an attraction towards it because it didn't have a big viewer count. It was less something people wanted to go to. For us, we kind of that's like what 10 less people from like 30 to 20. I mean, we've always been kind of a struggling federation. I think that this is just maybe I call it more of a small drill. No, if per se like in 2 years it gets worse or it just kind of stays the same, then I'd say that the hope for any better. Well, then again, we have 2 more years, including this year. Um, yeah, it all makes sense for it to be that way.
Yeah. Well, ladies
Well,
and
I don't
gentlemen,
call
we
it a better.
have to talk about this because not a lot of you people know, but we actually began this federation in September of last year, and ladies and gentlemen, it's just 3 months away from 1 year anniversary of hybrid wrestling. So yeah, hopefully you're gonna check this out. I can officially confirm right now. I'm going to inform the staff team about this. But September 13th is actually going to be the date of big show, the anniversary show of Hybrid Wrestling. September 13th, 3 p.m. Eastern. You can actually draw it down your calendar. 3 months from now. So on a Saturday, obviously. Mayhem. But yeah, it's not going to be a pretty good Mayhem. It's not going to be a simple Mayhem episode. It's going to be a big show. So hopefully you're going to check this out. Hopefully you're going to enjoy Hyper
Alright.
Wrestling going forward. I can officially also say for you folks, there has been some rumors. I mean, there has been some rumors in the staff team that I'm going to, and in the federation itself, that I'm going to run a special show on Friday nights, actually for Hyper Wrestling, and I can officially confirm. I mean, that's the case. That's the case. I mean, that's what I want to do. Uh, my hiatus didn't really last that long, did it? 2 weeks, and I'm back doing my thing. Well, yeah, I mean, Supremo is running Saturdays now. Supremo's running Mayhem. People are happy with him running it. So yeah, I gotta do my Friday thing now. It's gonna be a good thing. Dynasty's gonna come back with me in charge.
Right.
Meanwhile, Mayhem's gonna be in charge with Supremo in charge. That's gonna be reversing,
Right.
reversing the fucking roles there. So yeah, that could be a good thing.
And we'll confirm our GCW is still a thing that's gonna happen. We've decided, me and Supremo talked about it, we will be looking in the indies to get our new guys. Granted, we always can take people from the top roster if they're struggling and put them down into GCW like WWE does with SmackDown and Raw, taking people and put them in NXT. They're struggling. It happens. You know? Look at R-Truth. They did it with him a while back. So, yeah. That's how we'll be handling that. GCW is still happening completely. We're not done with it. I'm determined to have this run, and we are still looking for a new GM after the departure of John Sosa for GCW.
Yeah, John Sosa leaving was, well, it wasn't really usual. It was something that was different. It was something that hit the Federation, but yeah, I mean, it happens every single time. I mean, it happens every single time. I mean, if there's once there's egos involved, you cannot really stop it. One person has to leave most of the time.
It's been bad. Pro wrestling staff teams have really changed, especially when you're getting the guys who've been around for a while and they think they know everything and they're all clashing. It's
Yeah,
changed. I remember back with the URWC, there wasn't a lot of clashing from what I remember. It just kind of, we went with the flow. We didn't question it. Now we got guys just us, trying to use the whole age card when they don't even know how old you are,
huh.
just to complete narcissism. I see it all the time. Some of our wrestlers, I won't name who,
Ouch,
are taking their character a little too seriously and taking it into their real
ouch.
persona. Some very big names who are with our staff. It hasn't been the
That's
funniest.
foul.
My relationship with John Sosa didn't end well, and yet it was a very, very bad thing as well. And Nexus is just effective immediately shut down. We were all happy with each other. It's just that I had a bit of a follow for a little bit with another staff member. We've made up. We're cool now. But that was a bit tough. But he convinced me that Nexus wasn't going to go too well. But yeah, a lot of people will try to convince you that you're self-centered when you work with a pro wrestling staff team, or that you're trying to make it all about you. Or if one of the other higher ups, like let's take Wayne Extreme for instance, I was told that I'm just like him, that I should have left with him, and I was continued to be told that I'm self-centered like him, that I want to make the show like him. Don't let those people. If you ever work a creative or you ever work in a staff team in pro wrestling, don't let those type of people get to you, because it's not true. It's not true at all. Not true, unless you let that become true. But it's more than likely not true. If it's just coming from people's mouths, not true.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Because Wayne Extreme, on the other hand, he actually showed it. The Wayne Extreme show he had, his Big Boom Mania, he proved that. He proved that to be true.
yeah. I mean, let's real of ourselves. This Big Blue Mania show was a disgrace. I mean, it was something that we didn't really want to happen, but yeah, I mean, it needed to happen. But it's still unfortunate that it turned out the way it did. But yeah, I mean, we gotta talk about that. I mean, we've talked about one thing regarding the hybrid, so let's talk about another thing. Where do you see hybrid going forward from now? Where do you see the Federation, like, let's say 2026?
I could see us doing pretty well. My biggest worry is just the staff team toxicity. Like everybody, the wrestlers are doing fine, but just the staff team has been the biggest problem. All of us, we tend to clash. A lot of us don't get along. There's just a lot of narcissism, a lot of harsh words, a lot of just, and some people are a lot of people are lazy, try to stay on top of things. It's not. It's the staff team have been tough. It's not the same as everything used to be in pro wrestling. But I think hybrid will succeed if we can get things rolling. I
Yeah, I
hope
mean
the GCW. I hope
that's the
getting
biggest
set soon.
that's the biggest debacle. I mean, that's the biggest obstacle that we can actually And we need to get through. It's basically getting rolling again.
True. Right. I'm gonna be honest. The biggest obstacle in pro wrestling nowadays is getting a staff team that can work together, and
Ah,
unfortunately, being careful who you bring into the company. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
that's
Like you
the
could bring in a guy who perfectly fine, perform amazingly in a pay per view, like he did, and then find out he's a horrible person. We brought him in one show, don't remember his name, and then we kicked him out right after people told us he's a horrible person. Unfortunately, I did never used to see that in wrestling. It was a much better community back then, and now every single day there's another one. I mean, you name it, do like Aether, Augustina, um, all these other guys who did bad things. I mean, for a while, even Arda Balor was under fire. Like these guys, it's now this is a problem. These now we got to worry about this because well, they're actually doing horrible things. We're allowing these people to be in our community, and that's not okay.
everyone makes mistakes. It's not like everyone is saint.
No, well, I mean, what Do Like Aether did, what Cena did, that's not a mistake. They did that, and
Oh, I mean, yeah, I
they
mean,
don't.
absolutely. I can agree with that.
Arda Balor, I don't know too much about the situation. I don't know what to think about that.
Well,
So
Arda Bell's situation got cleared. So that's why he came back to the company. That's why he was
I
involved in
know.
OPRW as well. He got cleared from his allegations of possessing child porn. But, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to get one thing in here. Our good friend and buddy ATG from OPRW has given a tweet a few hours ago saying the most disappointing thing about today's pro wrestling is the lack of new and fresh feds that have rolled in compared to years prior. Well,
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not
they're
gonna
not as
lie.
big as they used to be.
Yeah, I mean, pro
They're
wrestling
not as
is.
big as they used to
Mhm.
be.
Yeah, I mean, I can agree with that. I mean, pro wrestling is not as big as it used to be before, but there's one other thing about it, ladies and gentlemen. I think we can all agree on that, and that thing is simple. People are not creating more upcoming federations because number one, he, the amount of federations hosting right now is big. That's first of all, and second of all, there are federations like OPRW that are stealing every single talented people that could have been opening their own federations into their federation. So I mean, I personally would
Correct.
see it as a little bit of hypocrisy, because you're the top guy in the community. Your responsibility is to lead by example, and you should actually, if you see it as a problem, well, empower those people to create their own federations. But the problem is there's already too many federations right now in the community, and people have to jump in through 5, 6, 7 different federations, and they are getting fucking tired already. So it's a closed circle going in, spinning and spinning, and it's gonna keep spinning. Unless we're gonna fucking empower the community, unless we're going to enlarge this community. And that's the biggest problem right now. That nobody, literally
I agree.
nobody can solve.
I agree. That is very very true.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've heard you talking hybrid when I was saying that, and I was like, what are you talking about? I'm not even gonna lie. I mean, I'm having way too much energy than I used to. Mm, uh, it's
I can
really,
tell.
yeah, I mean, it's something that I didn't really want to experience. Maybe it was a bad idea to drink an energy drink before this interview. Maybe it was a bad idea. Uh, what?
Yeah.
I'm not used to doing
It's
that.
been very competitive. You have yeah, it's less popular when you have guys like Alex Guevara running around begging for another match and complaining that they didn't get booked when they've had two different title matches in one week.
Yeah.
It's what real wrestling has devolved to is like now everyone's. It's why I'm focused on developing the new. That's why I'm doing GCW. That's why I'm working on developmental than developing myself really. I do want to work hard in these last couple years of my pro wrestling career before I eventually retire. to at least get a little better and win one or two more titles. You know what I mean? Just to at least have something on my resume before I go. I don't have many wins in my whole career, but it was never like that. It was just about trying to make a name for yourself, win matches, and have a good time and create stories. Now, no one gives a damn about that. You try to create a storyline, everybody screws it up because they're just focused on
Themselves.
looking strong, like racking up wins and trying to make a name for themselves that way. You can't just
Yeah.
do that. That's why I had an argument with one of our staff members because he wanted to prioritize. He was thinking we are gonna bury them, and no, it's not what I'm trying to do here. I want to develop them. I want them to do something interesting. Being part of this, being part of Nexus, it kind of gave them that, maybe make a name for themselves. Like, hey, that's the from Nexus. Build their character, do some cool stuff, do what Nexus did in WWE. I mean, I wasn't gonna keep it going for too long because how long can people be in Nexus for and keep a name for themselves? Nobody really knew who Bray Wyatt was with Husky Harris. It can only be effective for so long. I want it to be an entryway for them. I care a lot about stories, and that's why I got into that argument because they wanted them to focus because I like to focus on both. While now the wrestling community, pro wrestling community, only in ring wrestling. You're not going to succeed if you can't do both. That's why shows can be very boring now because no one wants to work together to make it interesting. That's what made URWC stand out. Is they did probably too long of segments, but it was very, very good. Very good segments.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I
it
know many
was for
people.
sure, like we've talked about before, it was surely unusual. But what do you think? I'm going to ask you a simple question. I mean, let's imagine that there are some aspiring people that want to host their own federation right now, or they want to
Correct.
buy one of the federations that are currently in the community. What advice would you give to them?
Right. Oh, that's tough. Since I'm not much of a leader and more so just like a help. Let's see here. I suppose don't overstress. Don't bite off more than you can chew. Don't bite off more than you can chew. You know what I mean? Don't assume you can handle a lot. Let's like Sam. You have been off a lot more than you can chew. Man. NXT ENG did not go the way you thought it was,
I mean,
and you've learned over time.
well,
Yeah.
I mean, it was a very, very, very special thing because I've had high hopes for this,
Yeah.
and I also had lots of plans. But unfortunately, Miles did not see things the way I seen things, and despite the viewership going up, well, it didn't really go that well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would say don't let people tell you that you're essentially. Don't let people demotivate you because people think that the best way to convince them to doing things is by essentially telling you, you can't do that anymore, man. You should focus on this. Essentially trying to tell you you're bad at other things, so you should just make this decision. You know, don't let other people control you. Don't bite off more than you can chew. And I'm gonna be and listen and work with your community. Don't sit there and say, "Oh yeah, we can do that," and never put it into action, or just sit there and let your staff team become chaos, or let things turn into chaos. You need to keep on top of things. You need to make sure when you say there's a script, that script needs to be written before the show. You need to make sure you're on top of things. You cannot be lazy. Unfortunately, it causes a lot of problems when you act lazy or you don't communicate. You need good communication skills. You cannot under communicate or miscommunicate. That's a problem hybrids had for a long time. That's caused immense amount of problems and has destroyed whole storylines.
Yeah, I mean,
But that's the
that's
advice I
true.
give. Bit
That's true.
lengthy, but that's what I can think of.
Well, that's a truthful statement that you've pulled in there, so congratulations. I mean, I can agree with what you said. I just, one thing that we can actually talk about when it comes to being different in hybrid and being different in the community as a whole. there's not really much things that you can be different in when it comes to pro wrestling. I mean, one person has
Yeah.
said, I remember this quote. I don't know if I'm going to say it correctly, but yeah, it gone something like this. There's nothing. There's nothing like originality anymore. There's only authenticity. And basically, what it means is simple. You don't need to be afraid of copying things, but just be authentic with it. Be real with it.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, uh, don't try to be fake with what you're doing. So yeah,
Correct. Yeah.
that's what I would say.
Yeah, it goes both ways for in-ring wrestlers and the creative team. I mean, like, pro wrestling is very well known for having people like duplicate gimmicks, people being a bunch of different punks. I was BR Punk, and there was like three other punks in URWC. I've had that many other places. In BWE, there was a punk, I think. In not hybrid, actually in hybrid, there might have been past, other than the CM Punk that we had Chilla. That's different. That was a special thing. Um, Essentially everywhere I've went, there's been a punk. You're never gonna go around and not find duplicates. It's in every single fed. There's tons of styles out there. There's tons of Usos and Balors, and you'll always find duplicates. Don't let it get to you, don't let it get to you. But you're gonna see it. You're gonna have to go through with it. It's not them trying to copy you. Don't think about it that way. That's just how wrestling is. They didn't know you were a punk, and you didn't know they were a punk. So
Yeah, but let's talk about this. Um, would you rather convince somebody to make their own federation or just buy one of the current federations that are in right now in the community?
um, I'd say it depends on the federation. It depends on what you plan. I guess it depends. There's nothing wrong with buying a fed. I think that. Well, I granted I'm not a guy who's ever really run a fed, but I've definitely helped. I guess I'm. It depends. It depends. Is that Fed maybe have a bad reputation, or it had notoriously bad, route? It depends on who you are, your skill set, and what you know how to do. It depends what you can do. It's probably easier to buy a Fed and then just go off of that. Because granted, maybe you don't know what the hell you're doing. Buying a Fed, you have all the assets you need. The channels are all set up. That might be easier. I'd say you do you. But if you're gonna go and you think you can create a Fed from scratch, then go for it. I mean, buying a Fed is probably easier because you can use it as a template and then rename it and everything. Like we did with GCW, it was a developmental Fed
Yeah.
before. That's no longer active, I don't think. But it depends what your plans are. I'd say again, don't bite off more than you can chew because creating a Fed from scratch is not going to be as easy as you think. Neither is buying one. Which is, I'd say know what the hell you're doing before you just go decision. Don't go in there blind. You know, do
Yeah,
some
I mean,
research. Ask.
yeah, I mean, I made that mistake because when I went to buy BWE from Akira, aka Alpha, Alpha Lynch, if y'all didn't know, when I bought it in October and I've returned it in October 2023, it was something that wasn't really that well. I mean, it came off from a bad start, then it got back up. Unfortunately, I didn't really do that well for some time. Then came Royal Rumble. It went shit from there, and people immediately began to hate on everything that I was doing. So yeah, if you are a Fed owner, you need to absolutely be real and be ready to take as much criticism as you can get, as much hate as you can, because Fed owners are the easiest target in this community. The easiest. And it's not really about if your criticism is valid, okay, but 90% of the times it's just rage bait. I mean, I used to rage bait myself when it comes, for example, for OPRW, but some of my criticism was indeed real, and I indeed hated some parts about OPRW. For example, I don't really like ATG as a person. I don't really like ATG as a Fed owner. I don't really like ATG running RWA because I don't think that he's really worth it. worthy of doing that. But hey, he became the president. He's running things. Apparently, people like it. So, I mean, hell yeah. I mean, if people like it, then sure. But obviously he has his cons. I mean, he has his controversies as well. I mean, hell, I have my controversies as well. Everyone pretty much has their comments, some type of controversy these days in the community. Even if it's something that they said, something that they've done, or something that they've basically pulled off. Let's just say some cheating. Some were saying bad things. Some were basically acting a little bit weird. And some things were really illegal, pedophilia, stuff like that, child porn possession.
Yeah.
So yeah, everyone has their bad side that we can actually talk about, but we also have to see the good sides. That's what I would actually say about that topic there. But yeah, let's talk about one more thing here. Before we wrap up this, because we've been really talking about for about an hour here. We've been rambling around about for an hour. Uh, and obviously my voice is, my tongue is pretty much going faster than my brain. Yeah, as you can hear. Let's talk about one more thing here. How deep you are in the current pro wrestling? I mean, what federations do you really follow?
Uh, well, wait. What feds do I? What feds do I? What?
What feds do you follow right now? Like, what federations do you know about that you check out?
I know. So yeah, I've been I'm mostly with hybrid right now. For me, I've been doing this since 2017, by the way. For any of my claims tonight, and
Yeah,
I
he's
I'm
doing
not
it longer than me. He's doing 1 year longer than
I
me.
want to let you all know that I'm speaking from experience since I've been doing this since 2017.
Yeah, I mean,
First time I
he's in
entered
the
was
community 1 year
2017.
longer than me.
Yes,
And he feels
I
like a senior. He feels like he's more senior than me in this community. Come on, come
well,
on, give
I
me a
just want
break.
to I want to validate my claims and my advice, because I've actually been doing this long enough to give that advice. I know this. Thing about me is that I stick with one fed and I don't really pay attention to the others that much. That's not what I do. I focus on the fed that I'm looking at and I focus on that solely.
Oh,
So I can work on my stuff better. I don't really look around that much. Every fund I've been in, I really kind of looked at that one and that one only. I just never really paid attention to the rest. Each
you
fed
know
I went
what?
on to.
You know what? I'm gonna have to be jealous here. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, what we've checked in right now. If you know Lil Tay, uh, let's actually see who the fuck it is, because yeah,
Oh
it's a
my!
streamer. It's a streamer, ladies and gentlemen, and she's streaming on Twitch, and she's been caught begging for Robux in please donate. This fucking girl has actually
Isn't that
pulled
rapper?
off 900,000 Robux. 900k. And guys, do you want to know how much money this is? Let me tell you.
That's hundreds of thousands of dollars.
I mean, we're gonna fucking do it. We're gonna fucking count it down. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, my
No,
fucking jealousy is here. My fucking jealousy is actually needs to be in there. My fucking jealousy needs to come in. Almost
oh boy.
$10,000. $10,000. Do you know how many federations or how many communities would grow with this much money? Fucking hell. And just because she's a streamer on Twitch, she gets almost 10 grand. Meanwhile, we can get even fucking 100 Robux in.
Is Little
Fucking
Tay
hell.
like that rapper? That
I'm
like
I'm
kid
fucking
rapper?
jealous.
Isn't Little Tay that like who was that little girl who rapped?
Yeah,
Like
I think so. I
that
think
yeah,
so.
that she was viral for that. She was
Yeah, I
Little
think
Tay,
so.
yeah. That's what I thought.
Fucking hell. I'm sorry, folks, but my
Oh, I'll
jealousy
take
needed
it.
to kick in for
What can I
once.
say? Speed did the same thing. He begged for it. Except in that sense they actually pranked him. They didn't give him real Robux.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry if actually I turned on your jealousy, because, ladies and gentlemen, I have my jealousy in, and I'm actually gonna stop trying to hide that I'm jealous of some people or jealous of some things, because obviously everyone has their jealousies. I am jealous of this fucking girl that's got 10K just because she's fucking rapping. Fucking hell. Fucking hell.
She hasn't done that long enough little to even makes music.
Uh,
Okay.
fucking hell. I mean, fucking hell. I mean, I'm fucking jealous. I'm gonna be real. I'm fucking jealous. But yeah, hopefully somebody from Saudi Arabia is gonna come in and invest some fucking money into this. I really hope so. If you are a Saudi, if you are a Saudi and you want to invest in hyper wrestling, I mean, let's be real of ourselves. I'm gonna put something here. I'm gonna say something here. If you are a Saudi and you're ready to put in at least 20 grand, 20k Robux, I'm immediately selling and I'm no longer the owner of a company. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna take the fucking 20 grand and I'm gonna fucking get out of here. I mean, let's be real with ourselves. I mean, who, who wouldn't take this money? Who wouldn't take this money? I mean,
That okay. Oh boy.
so if you are a Saudi and you want to invest in, if you put in a lot of money, I'm gonna fucking retire as owner. I'm gonna retire with the money. I mean, I mean, let's see how much would it be in dollars. I mean, let's see how much would it be in dollars. I mean, come on. Let's get back the calculator. Let's get the calculator back in. Hold on. Let's say 20 grand, 20k. Fucking hell, that's over $200. I mean, that's over 1,000 zloty for me. That's a whole lot of fucking money here. So yeah, I mean, absolutely, I would fucking sell for this money. Obviously in Cash App, not in Robux, in Cash App. But hey, if RWA could be sold for $200, well, not even $200. I mean, it was like 140, 130, something like that. And I'm putting hybrid at $200. Fucking hell, I'm a fucking bold motherfucker.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, let's be real. I mean, did receive that offer before. I did receive that offer from two people that wanted to buy the company for 20 grand. That would be $222, and I pretty much refused. Well, seeing my current situation, yeah, I might regret that. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a lot. But ladies and gentlemen, we've spoken for an hour almost, but yeah, we always need to find a fucking topic to talk about. Because obviously, let's be real with ourselves, this is obviously something that a lot of people need to talk about. The current state of RWA, the current road that the RWA is taking. Do you even follow RWA these days?
no, it's not really, not really.
Okay, so we're not gonna talk about that. I'm gonna spare you with my wisdom here, because obviously
Uh,
a lot of people don't like my wisdom on RWA. Let's be real with ourselves.
there is one thing that I've found to be a problem. This happened one time. I don't know if you saw remember this, but I forget which one it was. It's an account that's a pro wrestling account that does news. They once retweeted our thing. They were part of they essentially were a Roblox parody of a real wrestling like updates media channel. Uh I forget what it is now. But the real account actually told them and threatened them that they would report the account and take it down
Ouch.
if they didn't what do you call it? If they didn't like rechange their whole thing, which makes me confused because like they're literally specifically made parody accounts on here, and it just the fact that this is how it's got to be. Like Roblox constantly gets this. Like everything Roblox, If it's anything else that's parodied, like, oh, okay, it's just a parody. If it's Roblox, oh, they're stealing their shit. They're somehow making money off of this. Oh, we can't let them do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's annoying. I'm trying to remember what it was. If I go back on here,
Get it
trying to go
out.
back
Come
here to
on,
find it
get it
because that
out.
was a
Get it
very
out.
annoying thing.
I know you can do it. If I can get this shit out, well, you can.
Let me go to reply. Yeah, that was not that. Yeah, the fact that we can't parody is the most annoying thing.
Well, yeah, it kind of is.
I gotta
Well,
look. See, it was WrestleOps on Roblox. That's who it was. Yeah,
Resolopso Roblox.
they
I mean, I remember that account. I remember that thing.
yeah, they were parodying. They got contacted by the real WrestleOps,
Oh
which are, in my
yeah,
opinion, that
I
they're much.
remember that.
Yeah, it's fun.
Resolop's got
They were
fucking
very
wrecked
pes-
online.
They got. Well, they didn't get wrecked. Yeah, the real WrestleOps did. They were very
460,000
passive
people
aggressive.
has actually checked that out.
Yeah, it says, "Hi there. Can you change your layout? Remove anything? Things. Don't care what you're trying to do. If we'll have to, we don't. If not, we'll have to resort to reporting the page, just like all the other ones that have tried this stupid pointless game." Obviously, the person who runs the official account doesn't understand the idea that parody doesn't understand the legality of parodies, and that the fact that you can literally label yourself as a parody. I actually told WrestleOps on Roblox that they should do that. They liked my and they actually meaning they've thought about it or they saw that, but it doesn't seem like they've done that. That that pissed me off. For any real wrestling like media channels, if a Roblox parody is being made, you legally cannot go after them. Granted, if they didn't put the parody thing on them, like I get that's annoying, but it is not wrong for them to do that. It's allowed.
But it just looks
They
stupid.
can
I
do
mean,
that.
if they are really going after a small Roblox account just because they didn't put in the parody thing, I mean, it looks petty.
I mean, still, they're trying to say this like all the other people have tried this stupid point in this game. That by that it's easy to judge that they don't think that parody should be allowed and that they're just being copied. Like it's petty. Like it's all yeah. They have a notoriously bad. The real WrestleOps is a notoriously bad rep for just being stupid.
Yeah.
And recently, wrestling media channels have been horrible. There was one that falsely called out Alex Styles. I mean, oh my God, AJ Styles. My brain has been bad recently. My memory is horrible. I
Oh
have
man,
dementia.
I thought they called me out.
Alex, AJ Styles, the actual AJ Styles, saying that there's a wireless headset box right next to him, and he said he doesn't like wearing wireless headsets because of his brainwaves. Like these people, these companies. I apologize for my language. I'm gonna say this one time. Actually, I'm not gonna use that word. I'm not gonna bring out the R word.
Oh yeah,
They're
I know the
idiot. They
word.
idiot. They're,
I used to.
I
I
know, but I
really
told
love
you what.
using it, especially when it comes to the majority of this community.
Yes, but you just had to apologize on your using that word.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I
I'm gonna
had to
be careful.
apologize. I mean, I had to apologize because I mean, well, it wasn't really special on my part. I mean, I have more class than this. But yeah, I mean, it pretty much came just because I felt like it wasn't really classy of me. So yeah.
Yeah,
I can
right.
call them
So I'm
stupid,
gonna say
but I cannot
uh,
call them the R word anymore.
wrestling itself. Yeah, and I know. That's why I'm gonna avoid it today. Wrestling
Okay.
itself is just kind of falling apart right now, but the
Yeah.
media channels are not any better. They're having a dip down. They're scummy, especially WrestleOps. Hey, and if you're watching this WrestleOps, you guys fucking suck. You can't get mad and
Oh
threaten people
fuck.
in paradise. You
Here
guys
comes the
sue me if
fucking
you
lawsuit.
sue me if you must. There's a law. You can't get mad at people for paradising. They're not making any money off of that. They're not even verified. WrestleOps on Roblox is not verified.
Wait a minute.
Learn
It
the
isn't?
law.
It isn't? I thought they had
It's not.
the. I thought they had the blue
No,
thing.
unless they remove the verification. I think they must have used. verified.
Hold on,
Don't know
hold
what
on, hold
happened,
on.
but still, I mean, I know what you're talking about. I thought they were verified as well.
Oh, they actually aren't. Okay, I see. I see.
Yeah, it's weird. It's annoying. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you guys fucking suck, Bristleops. Bristleops and Roblox, keep doing what
Uh,
you think you're cool.
okay. Well, I want to ask you one more thing here
Anyway,
before we actually wrap this thing off because we are closing. We are closing in
yes.
on 1 hour. Um, I've talked recently with Chris Flicks, the owner of WWE Academy, formerly known as Roblox Wrestling
Oh,
School.
yes.
And by the way, guys, watch till the very end because I'm going to announce something that I've actually was planning for a long time. But yeah, regarding those sort of academies and schools, stuff like that. But yeah,
Wow.
how would you rate his words? Because when I used to talk to him, we came to one conclusion that actually, well, I think it makes
Mm.
sense. He thinks it makes sense, but
That's so cool.
I want to make sure that you get it,
Yeah.
and I want to make sure that you get your word out on that one. We basically got into a point where people are getting away from cleans, away from roleplay, and they are just going straight to every federation that's animated. Every federation that has realistic technology, just like WWE, just like AEW, they look like real federations but on Roblox. Basically, the recent TNA federation it's growing rapidly.
Wow.
AEW on Roblox, obviously owned by Ordeal, it is big. WWE on Roblox, we have two different groups, both are big. One
Wow.
from Collective Beast, one from Vince. Well, we know Vince, you know. Well, I
Yeah.
don't like the guy, but yeah, it's been established a long time ago. So
Right.
yeah, I've said one thing that I can. When we had a talk, the last talk we had like 3 weeks ago, at one of the VCs, I've said that one thing that I can admire about Vince is simple. He turned this small Roblox group into an empire that's really drawing money off of those people. So yeah, I mean, I can actually they're
Right.
earning like hundreds of dollars every single week of their programming. So yeah, I mean, I can actually admire that. But they have actually turned it into a real model, but not too much groups can actually afford to do so. And many have tried. Many different federations tried that when it comes to technology, selling tech, selling arenas, selling their sponsorships, selling, for example, their advertisements. But it's not really drawing any attention because people do not, most of the community
Yeah.
do not want to spend money on this community unless it doesn't have like a WWE or AEW name attached to it because those
Right.
names alone guarantee they're gonna have some people joining in every single day. Because obviously it's AEW and it's WWE, two biggest federations in wrestling right now. WWE been the undisputed king,
Right.
but right now AEW is a bit getting back on track, but yeah, still need to cut shit out. TNA is obviously coming back. Triple A is making a comeback. New Japan Pro Wrestling is keeping the solid level. So yeah, if you're
Right.
gonna establish, if you're gonna put in and plug it in that it's one of those federations, you're gonna have a constant numbers. You're gonna have constant numbers of people joining in every single week to your federation and staying in it just because it has that federation name in it.
Correct.
But what is your opinion? I mean, is it a valid thing that we are actually talking about, me and Chris Flex, or it's something that you think it's a different thing,
Yeah.
in your opinion?
Yeah. I think it's valid that technology is coming forward and cleans, which were probably used for like boxing games because they've been around for years. Cleans were the alternative because we didn't have animation stuff.
Yeah,
It makes sense for it to come forward. I mean, I'm in a WWE 2K league. This is already going on. They're doing it with 2K. I mean, I have three titles right now in it. One is a 24/7 title, really, but the two other ones are real titles. One's for the normals character, one's for my custom.
hmm?
Um, but it's valid. It's probably the more popular option. It's just what we've been rolling with because it's the tech we had. I've spoken with Chris before. He actually tried to team with me, like a tag team with me in hybrid, but I was Texas. It's a funny story because he said, "Well, why can't you do it? Well, why can't you do both? I'm running a faction. How am I gonna run a tag team with somebody else
Yeah,
while running
exactly.
a faction? It's a lot of work." It's funny. He was really like almost aggressive with it. He was like used and almost angry. And he left it alone. He never responded when I told him.
Okay.
He also sent me his thing with Project America US, but yeah, he seems like an interesting. But I can't blame him. So Yeah,
Well,
is
he
he
has
was he
his
teaching
new
cleans?
project out. It's called Project America, I think it's called, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
okay.
is Chris teaching cleans or is he teaching this new advanced like animation stuff that
Well,
people are
he's
making
basically, he
nowadays?
was supposed to teach cleans in his school, but right now it doesn't look like the school has closed down. It turned into a Little B Academy, which it turned into a game similar to what League Cena. Uh, well, it's a fun story there because I know
Yeah.
League Cena for years, but we didn't spoke for years. So yeah, I mean, the last time we spoke, it was an APW. It was a federation, the Takedown Federation, with Clothesline, uh, owned by Danny. Danny, I forgot his second name. What it was? I mean, Danny. It wasn't Danny Owens, but it was a different Danny gimmick.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was popular. It had 40 people per show, and it died down pretty much. I tried to
Yeah.
buy it, but yeah, that's a whole story for another day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, people basically are, in my opinion, people are basically getting out of cleans because it's, well, people are not getting into cleans because it doesn't really make any sense. I mean, you're just hitting people
Well,
with a brick. You're hitting people with a brick, and that's all you're gonna do. That requires a lot of skill, a lot of speed, especially for your hand. You're gonna click the mouse in, and you need to make sure that you have
yeah.
good
It's so
speed
much.
in the left hand as well. On the other hand, just because you need to move around. So yeah, that's a little bit difficult, but it also sounds stupid in the eyes of the people that are joining in from different communities. Let's talk about roleplay. Roleplay has really not really seen too many powerhouses recently in roleplay. I've been in the community for like 2 years, then I've left for cleans. But yeah, it didn't really go that well for roleplay. Right now, there's maybe I think 5 or 6 federations that are joining 50 people per show. While cleans has like
Yeah.
9 to 10 federations. So yeah, but there's
Yeah.
animations, and animations have a lot of people. It's not really about the attendance; it's
Oh,
about how many people watch it on social media.
that's him.
Maybe that's the goal that.
Your mic cut out. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm there. Did it cut out?
Because I was hearing you, then you cut out.
Did it cut out? I mean, it sounds good on OBS,
Ah.
so I'm not really sure.
Oh, keep the folks entertained.
Yeah, I mean, you can hear me?
I'm gonna be honest. Oh, now I can hear you. There we go.
Okay, so basically what I was saying is, right now, animations is a growing market. Because people are actually in animations, they're more focused on not how many people are going to show up, but how many people watch it on social media. Maybe that's the goal that cleans should give. Not about how many people go in person, but maybe how many they're going to see in social media and join the federation in effect. Maybe that's the new
Yeah.
strategy that cleans should go with.
Yeah, I just don't think cleans are gonna be. They're gonna become. I remember how cleans used to always be. They've developed, and now that we have the ability to do animation, there will be people who try to keep it around, but I unfortunately feel like it's gonna become obsolete. And I worry, when the veterans of these types of companies want to become officials, they're not gonna be great with, you know, it's gonna be tough for the guys like myself and even people who have been around even longer to develop into trying to teach people how to use that stuff. It's not gonna go well. To try to run their own company, if they ever dreamed of doing it after their in-ring career was over, might not be easy anymore once that becomes obsolete. I mean, like, for a lot of guys. Was Vision Cena a guy from URWC who came to Hybrid? Or no?
Um, I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure about that, but nah, it wasn't Oxina.
Yeah.
I think it was Oxina. Wasn't
Well,
it Oxina?
no, I
Or
thought it
was
was
it
Vision.
Vision?
Maybe it
I
was
mean, I'm
Ox.
not sure really. It could have been Vision.
I think it was. It was definitely. I think it was definitely.
Okay, so yeah, it was Vision. My fault. My fault. I mean, I didn't really want to establish your brand with a pedophile. I mean, no. I didn't want to do that. I'm sorry. But yeah, I mean, let's be real with ourselves. It's gonna be way harder right now to run a federation for like people that are starting out or they're not having an established
Oh,
name.
Slim Cena. That was who it was,
Oh,
wasn't it?
Slim? Who the fuck is
Slim
Slim
Cena. Yeah, that
Cena?
was. Yeah, I think it was Slim Cena who was our guy who was essentially a very big name, like legendary. Like when he retired, he was retired because he got an injury, really bad life, not
Who
career-ending
the
injury,
fuck is
and
Slim Cena?
we had a
I heard about
retirement
Sean
thing for him.
Cena, but I mean, I didn't heard about Slim.
We had a retirement thing for him. Like there was like we still have him in the game. His tablet is still in the game.
Hmm.
Wait, is Vision's? Oh wait, Vision is here. Wait, maybe. Wait, how long has he
Okay, for
been in
sure it
this?
was a Cena gimmick.
September 2023. Then it couldn't have been Vision. He is in URWC, but it's not. Yeah,
Okay, so let's move
had
on. I
to.
mean, it was surely
Yeah,
a Vision gimmick, a Cena gimmick.
yeah. It was. I think it was Slim. It might have been Slim.
Okay,
Legendary guy.
but yeah, I mean, it's gonna become way more difficult for new people
Yeah,
to put in new federations because there's just too many of them right now. But
yeah.
you know,
What more guys like them are gonna start?
we've heard about LWA, for example, ending after this year. We've heard about OPRW ending after this year. And on that part, it's not really known if it's gonna end after this year because it's gonna be like ATG's final year, as far as I've heard
Right.
on social media. And Panda said it's gonna be this is gonna be his last year, so LWA is gonna end. But I mean, I don't really have the money in real life to buy LWA, but if I would do it if I would have the funds or somebody to back me up with it. Absolutely, I would buy it. But the thing is, running such brand is fucking difficult because I mean, even if you have a
Yeah.
validated name, if you have a established brand like LWA, I mean, let's be real with ourselves. LWA is a established brand, but the problem is I don't see it really growing after Panda retires at the end of this year. And I mean, someone who's gonna take it over after Panda, if somebody buys it out, for example, from Panda, and takes over, they're gonna have a
Right.
impossible level to reach, and it's gonna fucking fall into the ground. It's 100%. It's 100 to 100. In the
Right.
lab, it's literally 100%. Chance of that happening. There's some miracles,
Correct.
but I don't believe really much in miracles. I mean, maybe sometimes, but not in this case. I think if somebody would have bought OPRW or LWA or any other established name in the community, I don't think it would have survived for much longer. But there could be one exception to the rule, and that is simple if you have been around it and if you have checked it out, if you know the vibe that the Federation should give. If you know the flow that the Federation has, if you've been a staff member, then it could continue, it could grow. But if
Right.
you're pretty much outside, it's 100 to 100, it's gonna fall apart.
Right. Yeah. That's a big one. That's an important part.
Well,
That's important.
yeah. So,
Very important.
folks, we've pretty much broken the 1 hour barrier that we had. So, is there one
Right.
topic that you want to talk about, especially? Like, do you
Um.
have one topic that we can talk about before we can
yeah,
actually end this off?
Um. Let's put it. I think. Hmm. Let's talk. I don't know if I really got anything, but I will say this: I worry about guys who are still young, who are like using cleans and how they're gonna adjust to the new technology. This happened with other sports. There was Roblox baseball that I was a part of. I was a great pitcher. I stood out. I came back after a year, and the pitching thing completely changed. You upgrade technology, guys who were doing great are suddenly going to be completely stuck in like this rut of how are they going to just suddenly, especially if they were scouted out because they were really good. What are they going to do now? They're going to have to rework their skills from scratch, and it's complicated. That's the problem with upgrading technology or times becoming anew. It's not easy. It's not good. I worry about a lot of our super like once hybrid's gone, the younger guys and cleans do get fully essentially wiped out and they're obsolete completely. That's what I worry about, you know? That's why I intend to want to keep cleans alive as long as I can. You know, that's why I have GCW. I might start a podcast for GCW. Or just
Oh,
an Anthony Barrett podcast, you never know. Or hell, if we do BT Sport, which I think a really good idea for when hybrid shuts down is we focus on BT Sport and just we work together and just from at that point on just do media. We have access to BT Sport thing and we can just run BT Sport.
yeah. I mean,
It's going to
it
be
could
an
be a good
easier thing.
idea. It surely could be a
Once
good
we all
idea.
once we retire.
Well, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I mean, my retirement is coming
Yeah,
closer and closer. The thing
same here.
is, yeah, I mean, the thing is, I'm not really sure how long I'm gonna be there. uh, I really
Yeah,
want to be here as much as I can,
yeah,
but if it's not gonna be worthy of me being here, well, I'm gonna retire. And the thing is, if I'm gonna
yeah,
retire, well, pretty much a lot of things are gonna happen if I'm gonna retire. Obviously, somebody's gonna take over hybrid because obviously I want this federation to continue way past the 2028 mark when I'm supposed to retire because I've set myself the goal. I'm gonna be here until 2028, and then I'm saying adios. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Fuck out of Roblox, obviously. But the thing is, I may need to retract what I've said about that because it's becoming way more and more stressful, not only in my personal life, but also here of me running things.
yeah.
That hell, I
I
mean,
get
I was
that.
supposed to retire last year. I was supposed to retire last year in December, but yeah, I've stayed for hybrid wrestling. So that was the only thing that really kept me
Yeah,
here. Once this stops being very fun for me, because right now it did stop being fun for me, but when it gets to the point where I'm going to be, very stressed out, it's close to that point.
yeah,
I'm just going to say adios
uh,
and I'm out of here. I
yeah.
mean,
I think at that
it's.
point, I, we move on and maybe just run BT Sport and just keep it like that. So that way we can focus on our lives and then just kind of report on media and stuff like that and keep up with the community. Might be the best way because it's not like we have to run shows.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even
You
going
know,
to lie to you. I mean,
yeah,
doing media
yeah,
for me right now is like. It's gonna be, for sure, something that I want to get more into. I'm just gonna say this.
yeah,
I'm just going to get into it because it's something that I don't really do that much. I mean, I'm not pretty much invited to many interviews because guess what? I mean, I'm not really in the mainstream right now, despite my personal desire to be so. That's what I'm aspiring for. Since December 2018, when I first came into the community,
yeah,
I was supposed to retire
yeah,
last year when it reached my 6th anniversary of being in the community. But yeah, I mean, I've said just
right,
like no. I mean, like, I don't really want to give this up that much until I'm gonna be 100% certain, 100% sure that this stopped being fun and this is not really worthy of me staying here. That's that's just,
yeah,
my thing that I want to do. If it's gonna stop being fun, um,
yeah,
well, it's not really gonna be something that I want to do anymore.
yeah. I think I'm definitely gonna when I retire just play the Sean Ross app role for BT Sport.
You're gonna be my Sean
A
Rossap. Oh
kind of be
man.
like a Sean Ross app. Yeah. Anthony Barrett of BT Sport Sports.com. Once everything changes and be more than than anything else. But yeah, I'd say that'd be a good way to end. And I don't blame you. It's not an easy community anymore. It gets very stressful. It's not the way it used to be. I miss old pro wrestling for sure. Back in its prime, back in like 2019, around that time was the best, the best. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But I intend to stay as long as I can with BT Sport after the shuts down because after my career ends, I have a whole 2K wrestling career ahead of me that I'm still working on. So that'll be my next. That'll be what I focus on once 2K. I mean, once pro wrestling is done. That's what I've been focusing on. I'm focusing on both, but that's what I've been doing. I've been getting better and better at that. But now, yeah, let's see how things go. I want to stick with BT Sport as long as possible, even after Hybrid and GCW were done. I think once Hybrid shuts down, we'll figure out if GCW will be transferred to someone else, or if they want to keep GCW going, if it still exists, if they want to, um, if they even want to keep it around, if they want to find someone new to be the new chairman, or just remove that and just have a GM, whatever they want to do. But I want to keep GCW alive even after Hybrid. That's my intent.
Well, my
So yeah.
personal intent is just, you know, get things done. Okay, I just want to get things done, and I want to end my road in the community as in the best way as I can, with a good product on top of its game. But if I'm not gonna be able to do so, well, that's gonna be unfortunate. But I'm gonna have to live with it.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, joining me today was none other than Anthony Barrett. I mean, I want to thank you. We've talked for almost 1.5 hours here, 90 minutes almost of a good talk. Um, it's really something that I really wanted to do, but I didn't have that much time. But right now, we found some good time, and it was a good talk to talk about. So, ladies and gentlemen,
It was a great.
that was Anthony Barrett for you, the one, the only. Yeah, one, the only. This was a person that I really enjoyed talking to. So hopefully you're gonna check us out. And ladies and gentlemen, firstly, lastly, I wanted to announce that I can officially confirm that Hybrid Wrestling is going to be opening its own academy. It's going to be opening its own school when it comes to teaching you how to do stages, how to do arenas, and hopefully much, much more in the future. It's gonna come in with its own shop. So yeah, you're gonna be able to buy some things. Hopefully you're gonna like it. I'm hopeful that I'm gonna find some good people to help me with this, because obviously Roblox Wrestling School was something that it was a good thing, but unfortunately, Chris Flex decided to turn it into a game. I think a school should be made. I think that we should have a wrestling school on Roblox, and hopefully I'm gonna find some people who are gonna be helping me promote it. Hopefully I'm gonna sign some good deals with federations, despite my current reputation that's not really perfect. But yeah, hopefully I'm gonna find some good people to work around and work with on this project, and I hope that I'm gonna be able to help as much young people as possible as a person that's in this community for 6 years plus. And hopefully we're gonna turn this into a very, very, very good thing. And stay tuned for more announcements. We're gonna be revealing them either on BT Sport or on Hybrid social media.
Yeah.
So subscribe to both. I'm gonna link them down below, and hopefully you're gonna enjoy
Yep.
this. And hopefully we're gonna be able to really take this to the next level, take schools on Roblox to the next level. And ladies and gentlemen, I was Alex Sampson, with me Anthony Barrett, and this was the second episode, long episode of Exposing the Business. I would like to also announce to you that on Sunday we are going to make another episode of the news. So hopefully you're gonna see much, much more news coming in. I hope that federations will actually move their asses and basically get more and more news out, so we can actually report them for you. If
Yeah.
I'm gonna say one thing, Anthony, I'm gonna ask you one thing. If I were to,
Yes.
well, I'm gonna be real here for you folks. BT Sport is pretty much dead. I mean, it became too big to run without any funds. So yeah, I mean, if you if you got money, if you think that, having almost 1K followers on Twitter and having 200 subscribers on YouTube, if you think that it's worthy of putting in your money, well, I'm gonna be happy to give you what you want, and I'm gonna be happy to run this media. And if we're gonna be able to launch the Friday show that I was talking about, the Friday show on Hybrid,
I don't
pretty
know if I got
much
the money for that.
Dynasty. I mean, what do you
No,
say?
you did cut out again, by the way.
What did you say? You don't got money for that? Oh, I think he
Yeah,
kind
you
of.
did. There we go. Well, there
Okay,
you go. Now
so
you're
what did
back.
you say? Could you repeat that?
I said I don't know if I have. I don't think I got the money to run BT Sport.
I think they
But
do.
I think
Some
it'd
of those
be a good
motherfuckers in
thing.
this community are fucking rich. I mean, let's be real with ourselves. And maybe somebody from
Yeah.
outside Pro Wrestling could actually get involved. I mean, I want BT Sport to be outside of Pro Wrestling, even if it's gonna be like soccer, football. I mean, it's obviously football for us English fans, but yeah, American football, obviously, cricket, things like that, hockey. If you got the money, and if you want to put in the money and the work, I'm gonna fucking hug you. But yeah, hopefully that's gonna get off the ground. But if it doesn't, would you be open to helping out with a new media in Pro Wrestling? And maybe in football?
I don't have the money for it, but I can definitely help out in other ways.
Okay.
Of course, I'm down for it.
I mean, you could run our social media and you could be actually, the commentator, the main commentator for BT Sport. I mean, the new media, just like you were before. I mean, we are a fucking duo. I'm the owner, you are the commentator, the head commentator. So yeah, it's been going on for years, and hopefully it's gonna stay that way because you're doing a good job. Yeah, I mean, there you go.
I appreciate that. I do my best.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta get to that part. I gotta get to doing my best. But yeah, as you can hear, my mentality is already stupid. But yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, sometimes when
Drink energy drinks. It's not good for you.
I mean, once you get hit by some things in your personal life, is just not that good anymore. It's not that easy. But hopefully it's gonna be a lot better from now. So, ladies and gentlemen, hope you check out the Hybrid Academy when it opens up. Hopefully you're gonna check out the new media if it's gonna be announced, and hopefully you're gonna check out Hybrid Wrestling going forward, and you're gonna follow this gentleman's career because he is a fucking goat when it comes to commentary. He can give you emotions without even screaming. I never heard you scream anything actually. I mean, you can beat my Mauro Ranallo in Hybrid. I hope it's gonna fucking happen. So yeah, I hope the new fucking Mauro Ranallo Hybrid Wrestling, I hope this guy is gonna give more and more with coming years. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest was Anthony Barrett. Thank you very much for spending your time with me, and thank you folks for listening in. Thank you for listening in. And hopefully next week during the next episode, I'm gonna be.
Cut out again.
I hate this.
Yeah, you cut out again.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, like I was saying, hopefully next week I'm going to be able to record another episode. Hopefully I'm going to get Jaden Cole on. So yeah, I mean, I was supposed to record one with Jaden Cole and a lot of people, basically 8 episodes, but it's been 2 in 3 weeks. So yeah, I apologize for the activity, but yeah, a lot been going on. A lot more is gonna be going on. But yeah, I'm gonna have more and more time on my hands, especially the holidays. Just began for me. The summer holidays until September, so this is gonna be something really, really special. My summer holidays just began. I'm gonna have lots of time on my hands. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening in once again. I appreciate you being here. If you stayed in for this moment, I fucking appreciate you, because you must have good fucking patience to be here. After our ramblings for the past 90 minutes or so. So yeah, thank you very much for checking us out. This was something that we are really proud of. So thank you very much, and see you next week. And see you on Sunday during the news episode. And check out tomorrow's Mayhem live on Hybrid Wrestling. Is it 11 a.m. Eastern or 12? I'm not really sure. I mean, could you check the time? I think it's
It
12.
is usually 12 p.m.
Yeah, 12 p.m. in the morning. You, in the day, obviously, you should check this out. It's noteworthy. It's gonna be noteworthy. And check out the announcement soon because I'm gonna give more and more details about my Friday brand. Thank you very much and see ya. We're signing off. Yeah, we're off the air now. Yeah, I'll stop recording, okay?
Alright.
Yeah, I mean, fucking hell. I mean, it was something. Fucking hell. I mean, it was one of the more fucking difficult things that I've done in my life, pretty much. And I'm fucking real about that one.
Well, I had some things to talk about anyway, so.
Yeah, I mean, it was something that, it was. Yeah, it was something very, very unusual. But yeah, hopefully it's gonna be. Hopefully it's gonna be good. Hopefully it's gonna be good. Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So
I
is
mean,
this is pre-recorded or did you live stream this?
I mean, I've recorded it.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then definitely edit out the parts where mics cut out.
I mean, even if the mic's cut out, I mean, it was something. Fuck. I mean, I wanted to say simply, even if it cut out for you, it didn't cut out for the viewers. They were still hearing it. They were still hearing us talking.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. Everything was, recorded. So yeah, hopefully you're gonna enjoy it. Hopefully you're gonna enjoy the ending effect here.
I gotta rewatch the episode.
Why the fuck's my GPU so fucking big? Wait a minute.
That's probably why you were cutting out for me. Your GPU is
what
crazy.
what the fuck? It didn't turn on? It didn't turn off? What the fuck?
What happened?
How the fuck the recording didn't turn off? How
You're gonna
the
have to edit it
fuck?
out.